Ant-Man's team second.
Okay, cool.
But I don't mind whatever. If you want to scroll through, that'd be
Yeah, that's
awesome.
fine. I think we're live now, so should I just...
Cool.
Yep, so we are back. And Jack, yes, finally ready for Prem West action. So let's get Prem West up on the screen here. And Jack, you're with me today. How are you today?
Hello. I'm very excited by this. This is always quite fun. I never know when we start our season. I think, it'd be brilliant fun to review the teams, but I think, I don't want to be. It's like, oh blimey, am I going to be a dick about one of them? I don't want to do that. But no, they're all good teams and all good players. So I'm lucky that I can instantly dismiss that. It was really fun too. I think in fact, I'd love to see. I'm sure I've recorded a few, starts to seasons. I'd love to see how wildly out I am on my predictions. I don't know.
Well, it's going to be interesting to see how. Yeah, I'm not sure. How were your predictions last season? Did you nail them, or were they way off by the end there?
I imagine most people would probably instantly remember if their particular one was way out. I think the overriding thing last season, I think it was very difficult to pick. It was very difficult to pick a winner, and it was very difficult to pick the relegation spot, which I think bears out because there was loads of teams. Loads of teams were very close, and there were certainly weeks, maybe. We got to week 9, didn't we? And it was just all to play.
Yeah, it was like 5 or 6 teams you could still be relegated, and 5 and 6 teams you could still go up.
Yeah.
And the only reason I survived, to be honest, is because one of the other coaches pulled out. So I was just lucky.
A well-spent bribe, and we're not.
Definitely.
I'm impartial, but not that impartial.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, thank you, Max, indeed, and Tap. So yeah, take it all with a pinch of salt, but hopefully it's fun. So and, thank you very much, Trump. Thank you very much for an invite. This is cool.
Yeah, this is going to be great fun. So, which team are you going to do first? You told me earlier, but I forgot.
Yeah, let's go left to right from the top down,
Squishy.
And then the bottom row. So first is Squishy United from page 1. Yeah, page 1.
Squishy United.
I mean, not a team like Squishy United. How can you not start with them as a title?
So human team.
Yeah, humans. So I've got so interestingly, right? I sort of wrote down some notes, varying different things, and I thought actually I don't. You sort of look at a team rating, and you think, well, that's below the meta. But I thought, what? I need to add them up. I need to work out. So apparently, before I start with Squishy, the average team rating is 108. Well, 1,840,000. So
that's pretty high, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. It is. There are 2 teams that are way over the meta, and there are 3 that are under enough to get wins, which is where we start with Squishy. So do you know what? I think he's got a good team, he or she. They got 5 guard. I got a mighty blow. You got 4 mighty blow with the ogre.
Yeah. 1
tackle and wrestle, which I don't know if 1 tackle and wrestle is enough, but I think the longer this stream goes on, probably the more we'll see there are not that many agility teams. So I don't know if that's a problem. I kind of like it. I mean, it looks like the team can fight. That's awesome. They can deal with agility.
Definitely. This is he's just gone straight down the bash road, just going guard, mighty blow, which is perfectly fine for human team. They work fine with bash, and even with the block on the ogre is really good. And of course the catcher down there with sprint and move 9. Yeah, that's
I mean, that's a key. Actually, sometimes it's really interesting to look at the stats on players. Sometimes it's useful, and other times you look and think, it doesn't mean anything. But he has got 30 touchdowns on that catcher, and only 6 touchdowns on the rest of the squad. So actually,
it's a one-man team.
Yeah, or maybe a bit of distribution would go down nicely. That's definitely sort of something you could, maybe think about. But I don't know. How do you think about that? So in the Prem West, right, you've got some good players and good teams. Do you think you can ever rebuild teams and grow in the Prem West?
I think not. I think there are too many Chloe teams, too many killy teams, so it's going to be really hard to do that. You don't have the time. You get removals faster than you get the skills, in my opinion.
Yeah, Tap's disagreeing. To be honest, I think I almost would say, I think last time I was in the Prem, which is forever ago, but I think when you get there, some teams you almost want your first season to sort of just get a feel for it, and actually the second season is probably a better sort of tester. So you do need to grow. So I think that's okay.
Of course, you need to grow, but I just think if you have a broken team, if your team gets broken in one of the seasons in Prem, it's going to be really hard to rebuild because you won't get as many points against the other coaches because they are so much better than, say, in Tier 4.
Yeah,
No,
I mean,
no disrespect to Tier 4.
Yeah. No, indeed. But I mean, some of the teams as well. Some of the teams obviously get better and better and better, don't they? But,
Yeah.
Squishy they've got twice as many casualties as touchdowns. So that's really good, and I think that's probably quite telling of the play style. But
Yeah,
maybe, as I say, I sort of infer this stuff, but you need to sort of see every game to know, don't you? So
yeah.
I think it could well be a Prem West natural. Now imagine, I think he was 5th in Altdorf West, so presumably as the season ended in the last week, it didn't think, I'm definitely going to be in the Prem West. So it might be, we started with a team that probably just sure they were going to be in the Prem West, but I think it's fine.
That's cool.
The only sort of the only weakness I've got is maybe I think the thrower doesn't really look that reliable to me, and they've only got one fast catcher, so I don't know if there's enough of a plan B for my liking, but that's cool.
I think they will probably get, like you said, the average was 18 something, so they will get like 300-400 inducements in pretty much every match. I think I think I'm playing him in the first match, and I have 1800 something, so he get 400 TV against me. So I think if he can get good use of that, it might help him a lot.
Yeah. Stars could well be the difference between this team being right down in the dumps or challenging. So
yeah, this is like this could go either way, I think. But I like the build. I like the bashy builds. He's just going straight for God, Mighty Blow, and everything. And that works.
Yeah, me too, man. I like it. This Stars a team. You got man 12, the catcher. I wrote down 12. So it's 16, the catcher. Just phenomenal. He's almost max SPPs, isn't he? So yeah, pretty cool. I mean, look at his movement. He can run 12. He can probably one turn with him. Is that right?
Yeah.
9, 10, 11,
yeah, and he has sidestep as well. So
sidestep. Yeah.
So he has movement 12 effectively with sidestep. So I mean, that's a natural one-turner.
Yeah, which is always really nice to me as when I sort of look at these teams, because I'd be shitting myself playing it. I would want to point it out, like, oh yeah, you can one-turn, but yeah, he's got that trick. It's really good. And the block ogre's brilliant too. I really like him, he's bloke free.
Really I mean, cool, a block ogre is the best thing you can have in a human team. Because it's real, you can use him. You don't have to be afraid of him rolling both down.
Yeah, use it. Definitely use it. That's good. It's a good Christmas present. And then Tyler Durden, the Blitzer, man 11 is my third.
The guy from is that the guy from Fight Club? Yeah, it is.
Yeah, it is the Fight Club guy.
That's right.
I mean, he's got loads of Kaz as well. So I imagine he's probably the lead hitter. But yeah, it's cool. It's a really good. It's a balanced team.
It is.
Yeah, it's cool.
I think the move bust won't really affect him as much because move 6 is fine. Move 5 would have been crap, but 6 is fine.
Yeah, it's good. So I've got a prediction for them. I don't know. Do you want to do predictions, Trum, or would you rather probably?
I think I'll leave that to you. I think you're a little bit more prepared than I am, to be honest. hours of prep. Well, I think. Based on TV, this is definitely a team that is in the relegation fight. So I think I've basically got 3 levels of prediction. There's challenging for the title, there's relegation fight,
and mid-season, which is, I don't know, fighting for Europe in a football analogy. But yeah, mid, bottom, and top. I think they're going to be a bottom team. I think the TV is they're not ready to be in Prem West. He probably didn't plan to be in Prem West. It could well be a bit of a rabbit in headlights. But I don't know. He's definitely got the tools to not. I could happily look at this in the last week and say, yeah, I was an idiot to say they'd be fighting relegation.
I mean, there's nothing better than being wrong.
No,
Yeah.
nothing wrong. So no, that's very good. But yeah, I think one of the bottom teams. So, but good luck, Bididov. So yeah, should we have a little peek? Who's there? We got Ant-Man next. I think
Ant-Man with his orcs. He's done consistently well.
Yeah, so something that's deceptive. See, I don't know. I sort of crudely did this. I sort of add up the team values and go, yeah, I don't know, like roughly something like that. I think he's 2.2 million with his unfit players. So actually,
yeah, 200 more. Yeah, 2.2.
Yeah, I didn't think Ant-Man was one of the higher teams, but this season at 2.2, that puts him as one of the top TV teams. He's in the top 2. So yeah. he's I mean, 1840 is the average, so he's quite a bit over. But
yeah, definitely 400 more. That's a lot.
Seen it? I know it is, isn't it? But I don't know.
That's almost Morgan Fork.
Yeah, it's a lot of babes. It's a lot of babes and beer if you spend it on that.
Oh yeah, definitely.
The mean 6 guard. I love it. 12 block players. I mean, nothing wrong with that, is there?
Block everywhere. There's guard everywhere. Plus edge, plus move. Yeah, this is a good team.
It's good, isn't it? It's only the goblin. It's only the goblin that ain't got block, basically. So, and
yeah,
I don't know if you even really want him to have block. So, it's good, man.
Oh yeah, and the rest of the line, man. Wrestling is such an underrated skill.
Do you know what? In fact, I just seen a particularly fun thing. So I was going to say, he got 5 mighty blow, which is actually is quite a bit. I was sort of thinking that didn't seem a huge amount, but no, it is. Actually, it is quite a lot. Every other guy hits you with mighty blow.
Yeah,
so
like half the team. So, and the thing is, this is a team you don't want to base with all that stand firm and no.
Yeah, and I think actually, I guess the icing on the cake, probably why this is a team that should be sort of feared. I guess he's got Juggernaut and Frenzy. Now, I don't really understand him needing Juggernaut. I don't think I would have taken it, but it is an extra tool, and actually, all the tools all add up, don't they?
They do.
And Frenzy. I mean, I just saw, saw the legendary core and yourself play a fine game, and a Frenzy is indeed a very, very good skill in the hand of a good player.
Frenzy's lethal. Oh yeah.
So I sort of overlook that when I look at his team. It doesn't jump out like, oh whoa, that guy's got Frenzy. That's just
I think the skill choices are really well balanced and well chosen. There's nothing random here. I think he's picked this team carefully.
Yeah. It is a solid team with excellent options, and that is going to be, that's going to get you points in some games, isn't it? Those options.
Look, he has 5 tackle players. He's like a dwarf.
Really? see, I don't normally forgo the throwers. But this team is far better off for that one. He's definitely, looking at it today, you'd be a mug to buy a thrower. Like, why bother? You don't need it. You've got players that can run.
I mean,
you
can just pick up the ball. Yeah, I mean, you can just run away with the ball and just dodge and do whatever you want.
Actually, here's an interesting point. So here's one of my notes. Right, very few injuries. Now, someone that's had multiple Prem West seasons. That is the mark of a really good player, isn't it? To be up there with so few injuries.
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, you've got to sort of see some games or know the level, but that definitely highlights to me that there's no easy points off Ant.
Oh yeah. He's a really good coach, and this team is carefully chosen with the skills, and he knows how to play them. So, I mean, There's a reason he's been in the top of the Prem West at least the last 2 seasons. So
yeah. So I think he'd be happy enough to take some criticism. I suppose the weaknesses for me, but it's not a big deal. But there's only two of the Black Hawks have only got block. Now that's not as powerful as like a dream 2+ million Orc team could be.
yeah.
But I know they get all the hits and stuff, so I've got no qualms. It's not like I expect them to, or everyone to be on like 70 points. But that is they're not as solid as they could be.
No,
for your
I think he lost both the Black Hawks last season actually.
There you go.
Yeah.
So I don't know if he's got enough throwing options this season. So there's more chaos. So I don't know if the plan B is evident enough, but
Well,
probably
does have 2 Edge 4 guys though.
Movement and edge. Yeah, he's got plan B.
Yeah.
It's a good team. It's a good team. The only thing is, Ant-Man, you're too soft for me. That's my weakness. It's got no pile-on.
Yeah, that's
have some pile-on.
I mean, that's actually the thing that's missing from his team. You have a shitload of Mighty Blow and all that, but there's no piling on, so you don't have the extra removal power that you will get against all the Chloe teams.
Yeah.
But still,
But I can.
he wins matches.
Yeah, exactly. I can say that knowing that he's probably a better player and he's got a better team. So I think it's missing a pylon or two, but clearly not from the results. Don't listen to me.
I think he will do very nicely without the piling on.
Yeah, I mean his stars. So stars of the team. Yeah, no, definitely. The Blitzers have got a brilliant distribution of casualties and touchdowns on their stats, and that also kind of shows his skill as a player and growing. That's really good. So yeah, man 6 and 7 are fantastic. 6 is brilliant. That Blitzer. So AG. What's he got? AG, sure hands. And guard, it's kind of interesting because it's a real different sort of plan B player, but brilliant on defense.
So he's just running the ball with him and dodging him out and throwing with him if you have to. And sure hands, No, this is. I mean, like you said, he doesn't need a thrower. He has these guys.
Yeah, but really awesome on defense because he's not. It's not like you don't. You could put him anywhere. You could put him on the wing. You could put. You could put him in the middle if you wanted.
Defensive skills like guard and tackle. So good.
Guy 7's awesome. The frenzy guy, frenzy movement. He's really good.
So blodge, movement, tackle, frenzy, and mighty blow.
He's solid, isn't he? I mean, you'd buy him if he was a star player you could induce.
Oh,
he's awesome.
Definitely.
And man 2, the Black Hawk man 2, I think is really good. So he's the opposite of what I point out as weakness. He's brilliant. 5 skills. He's just an amazing midfielder. That's just brilliant.
He's just there to soak up the hits and hopefully survive.
Yeah, proper brilliant. So yeah, it's a good team. So my prediction, gonna say this is a team that's top 4 and pretty sure any seasons he might well have been up there. So it's a challenging team. I think he was almost missed out on the last week, didn't he? Yeah, last season just missed it. He could easily win. Certainly should be.
Yeah, definitely.
Should be looking for playoff.
I think it will be up there, but it depends on his Armor 9 surviving all the claw in this division. I think that's something extra this season because we have more claw teams. I think.
That's right. Yeah. Max is saying that in chat too. Yeah, he missed it. Like the teeny hair of a whisker. But this season, all the claw, you might get your whiskers pulled out. So.
Speaking of
now,
Max,
he's the new team. Of Max.
Yeah.
Speaking of Max, 1740, so a little bit below the average. That's cool. So he gets some pennies to spend with toys. He's got 3 turns. Oh my lord!
Oh, look at this guy. But he could retire at any second. You don't know how long that storm vermin is going to be there.
That's a good point. Yeah, that could change the season, couldn't it?
Oh, it could, because he is a natural killer. Without him, What's the other Stormvermin? He's got Mighty Blow. So
yeah. Oh, it has to roll after the next game. Blimey. Yeah, well, it could be. The team's brilliant. It's so good. I mean, you've got a couple of skills, but you've almost got only players with stats and claw. I love it.
yeah,
I love
he
it.
has 3 move 10 players, and one of them has sprint. So I mean, he can just. That's how he wins matches. He just scores, and then lets the other guy score, and then he scores again, and then so it's like
Yeah.
one turning.
Yeah.
He's done that against me more than once.
It's got sick options on defense. I mean, actually, it's really interesting if you look at the SBPs and stuff. But interestingly, the reverse is true that a couple of the more dangerous players are actually really cheap. There's a couple of movement 10 guys that are like a couple of skills in. So
Yeah.
this is definitely the longevity's there. This is a team that will be here next season for sure.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, until BB3 changes stuff, this team is definitely viable.
Oh yeah.
Definitely.
Because he has the core of the team with the players he needs, and he has line rats, a few with wrestle and stuff, and that's all he needs. They just need to be in the way.
Yeah,
They're cannon fodder.
Interesting point. I don't know if this is a criticism, probably not actually. His throw's only got one throw on it. Actually, that probably shows you, not that you need to overlook the fact of the gutter runners, but all the plays on the ground, all the ball moves, everything's on the ground at this team.
Yeah.
And fuck me, it's scary. Hand off and a little cheeky throw.
No, and the thing with this team is he can even outbash bashy teams. It happens so many times. So he has great dice as well. Right, Max?
Yeah, it's all about the dice. It's really funny actually. Do you know what? I don't know where this come from. I hadn't thought about every team in relation to BB3, but I suspect, knowing the way that it's supposed to be in the current rule set with teams resetting and stuff, guessing it how it is. It's one of the least BB3 teams ever. So the claw guy, there's no way you're getting the claw like this anymore.
Yeah.
And the stats, you are definitely not going to see these gutter runners again. This team is very much, Max, enjoy it. This is a BB2 team.
Yeah, you won't see that in
gonna
BB3.
look like that.
Yeah, with the redraft thing, it works very well, but the thing is, it screws over this kind of teams. So enjoy it while it lasts.
Yeah, what do you think, Tram? He's got to make the most of it, isn't he? So.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and put a brilliant run out last season. So very unlucky.
He lost in the, what was it, semi-final or the final? I can't remember.
In the final, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was the final, wasn't it? In turn 16, yeah.
Turn 16.
Oh,
wow. Yeah. Well, I don't know. You got sick plays, as crazy sick plays. Your team could be dynamite in the meta. I guess there is a thing to think about. Did win the FA Cup? Yeah. Yeah, that's not an unfair point. That's a good thing.
So that's two seasons in a row winning the FA Cup then, wasn't it?
Ooh.
He won because Bane let time run out, and that was an amazing last season.
Well, I don't know if this is like a real problem, but that nicely leads on from the final. So I think the only weaknesses that well, I don't know, not only, but the weak bits that, yeah, three wins, very good, very good. I think the lack of guard horrifies me, really, but clearly the team can play without it, so it's fine. It's not a bad weakness, but oh my lord,
it is.
You would like some, wouldn't you?
Just one or two guards on alignment, or maybe just to position them and then run in with the killer Stormvermin, cause mayhem. Yeah, but like you said, he's such a good coach, so he positioned himself so well. So it's just really, really hard to play against him, unfortunately.
Well, that's the thing, isn't it? Yeah, all the good coach. That's also the case, isn't it? Every good coach, in some ways, give you no chances, make no mistakes. So the bar's pretty high. The other thing I think might be a weakness it could be. Look at your final. Think, would that matter? Kick desperately. That is such a good tool
Oh
for
yeah.
this type of team.
But there are so many teams that
Risky, but
don't really consider kick a skill they just choose to take because they have other things they rather want. But kick, especially for a team like this, is vital. Kick in a blitz, and you won the match. Pretty much.
so that's a good tip for next season. Just roll better. Just roll
Yeah.
blitz. Just roll blitz.
Roll blitz.
Well, I think my prediction, the team the team has got so many amazing players. It's got to be a team that did it. In fact, I'm very happy last season you had a good finish. This is a cracking team, clearly. So yeah, this is a playoff contender. I think he should be looking at playoffs. But with this team, though, as well, though, on the flip side, my God, Max, every game must be, an hour away from losing your team. So,
So what you think?
yeah,
Top, middle, bottom?
I think right at the top.
Yeah.
Right at the top.
Me too.
Yeah, so double niggle. Yeah, that's fair enough. You had to fire him, so yeah, it's fair enough. But something to consider, though. Do you need to grow one for the last games? Maybe.
Yeah, I mean, I think it would be a really nice tool in this team.
Talking of nice tools, I'll tell you what, that's a good segue to Hugh's team. The Cheltonian Caesars.
Oh yeah, this is an interesting team.
It really is, isn't it? I think they're 2,250,250 with the fit players back.
Yeah, so that's actually the most expensive team in the league.
Yeah. All the tools. Everything Max could dream of, the human has got in spades. There's loads of stuff. I really like in theory, it sounds like the most balanced hybrid team ever. So he's got 4 guard, 4 mighty blow, and 3 AG4. I mean, that's sort of a balanced agility, guarding, fighting team, which is just brilliant, isn't it?
He's just like in the middle. He's not really bashy. He's not really runny. He's just it's in the middle, and it suits his playing style because he plays. He likes to roll lots of dice, and it works for him. So why not? But it's not. It's like, I don't know. It's really. It's in the middle.
Yeah, I really like it. It is very, very balanced. In fact, it's almost, in some ways, you could almost look at it as like a Dark Elf team. It's potentially a really strong kind of Dark Elf team.
It is.
It's like, wow, kind of cool.
I'm not sure.
It's got everything.
Yeah, it does. But the thing about the Ogre, he has edge and armor busts, but I think as long as he's still alive and has block, guard, break, tackle, and stand firm, he's worth having. I'm not sure he's bloated yet. What do you think?
Yeah, he's good. Yeah, he's not bloaty. In fact, is he on my? Yeah, he's in the stars. I'd put him as a top 3 player on the team. Yeah, he's good. He's almost. I mean, it's almost near perfection, isn't he? So he's got stand firm. Yeah, he's got stand firm, guard and block.
And break tackle, so he could actually move somewhere.
Yeah.
Usually you just base him and he's stuck there, but not this guy.
Yeah. Oh, he's only a point away from another level.
Oh, what's that going to be?
Sweet.
Oh, is he going to be pile? Is he going to be piling up?
I don't know. You see, I like to think I know lots about Blood Bowl, but clearly, I think the way Hugh picks his team, I must say I would probably not be able to predict his skill choice. And that's not a bad thing.
Yeah.
Maybe I'm a bit too cookie cutter with my thoughts, but there's loads of his players I don't quite understand. There's lots of little quirks and tricks and interesting things, but he knows what he's doing with them, doesn't he? And he's picked them, so
it works. He did really well. I think he ended like 4th or 5th last season, so he's actually done really well with his team.
Yeah,
Yeah, but I think if you just look at the team for like 10 seconds, it just looked like sort of right mess of skills thrown everywhere. But I think, like you say, he has a plan, but it's hard to figure it out sometimes.
Yeah, yeah. Well, interestingly, one of the other stats, which I don't normally, I'm not mad keen on all the fluff stuff. I mean, I don't know, it's just fun, but yeah, I don't necessarily like the stat fluff. But Hugh's been right up there with the showboating for all the agility stuff. So like you say, he likes to roll dice, but
Yeah.
clearly he's done that in a good way. So
Yeah.
yeah, he certainly gives it. So no, that's good. Yeah, so and he's also real credit. Definitely, actually, as brilliant as anything. He's here because that's real diversity to the Premiership. That's, I mean, in some ways it's a bit boring to say this team's got claw, this team's got claw, this
Yeah.
team's got claw.
Some teams are very predictable. You just, you know, you're going to face.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it adds a little flavour to the league, I think. These kind of teams.
Yeah, yeah. The only weakness. Well, there you go. It's a suggestion. I mean, I don't imagine that's a sensible one, but if the ogre gets a choose, take kick. I think one of the weaknesses the team has got.
Ogre with kick.
Ogre with kick.
Interesting.
Be the first. Be the first. It's got to be.
Oh yeah. No.
I mean, would you ever see that? Would you ever see that?
Never ever. Never ever. I hope I never get to see it.
Probably true.
Yeah, as the fifth skill.
Yeah, he's got all the lovely movement though. He's got all this inherent movement, and he's got the agility. So I think kick is a sort of a toolboxy thing he could take.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, for the same reason Max can do damage with it.
Yeah,
That's not untrue with the humans as well.
Yeah,
I think it's pretty cool.
Yeah, because the runners, I mean, the catchers are really good with the movement and dodge and everything. Probably needs to put block on the catchers at some point.
I think it's got.
He has one with block.
Oh, it's got wrestle.
Yeah, it's wrestle, so that's like a poor man's block. It works.
Yeah. I think the lover's strength. I mean, it's not a weakness not having a strength 4 player because it's freaking really hard to roll. But the team would be a bit more transformed, I think, with the strength 4 player to hit with. But
if you roll,
I don't know,
roll 12 on a blitzer on the next skill, that would have been.
Yeah. Well, there you go, Hugh. If you're out there, that's what we want to see on your ogre. We want to see Scott block. we want to see a double 6, and you can choose to have a strength 6 one. That'll give you a nice thing. So it's a cool team. It's a really good team. I guess the Stars definitely the lead blitzer man 1 has got 333 blocks, which is brilliant number.
That's a lot.
He's awesome. Yeah, man. Yeah, throw a 6 is excellent. He can run on defense. That's good. And the ogre is brilliant.
Oh yeah,
I really like him.
You just need to put kick on the ogre first.
A patented kick ogre.
I mean, that would be like, okay, I don't want to lose this bet. I'm doing it. How much money how much money you think you would have to take to choose kick? Well, we could.
I don't know what the obvious skill. I guess dodge is.
Yeah. No, but
shame it's a budget in general.
Yeah.
There's not much strength skills. I don't know. I don't know. That's cool. We can carry on when the thread finishes. When the stream finishes, that's one in the threads. We can debate.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, prediction. I think. I don't know why I say that. I think he's a mid-tier team. I think he probably won't hit the top. So I don't know, but maybe I say that. I don't know if that's a bit unfair. I can see him not liking some of the claw teams. I don't know.
Yeah, it's really hard because it could go either way, couldn't it?
Yeah. I think maybe the TV's a little bit higher. If they were a teeny bit lower, there'd be less inducements against them. So I don't think that's helpful every game. But I don't know. They're goal capable of winning plenty of games, but I think sadly I'm going to say not the top, but certainly should be looking at
in the middle. Yeah, probably. So let's move on to TAP.
Talking of good runouts, the next team.
This is a fun team. Look at this.
Movement 8 down to movement 0, isn't he? Has he got movement 0 players? No, I dreamt that. No, not movement
He has one super skink, and the rest are journeymen.
He's saying careful. I do need to be careful. I'm trying to look at Tram's screen to find some players. I can't find them. I can't see any players. There's a back
He has
button.
like 2 or 3 of them, I think.
It's the lowest. It's the lowest TV in the league. Saying that, some of the positives are all good. He's got 4 guard, which is super lush, and a mighty blade. So he's got all the strength. So for all the exciting Clory teams and bashers, there's no reason Tap can't stack up to them.
Oh yeah.
He doesn't need to be fearful, does he?
No, but the thing is, he will get Slibly and something else every single match. He will get wizards. He will get a shitload of journeyman skinks to protect the one good skink, and that's what he does. So it works.
Yeah, he's got a good stadium for it as well. He's got a star stadium, so
Yeah.
I don't know if that's a bit of a trick for some people, but yeah, you could easily play him with Morgan Silly Billy. I mean, that's sick.
Imagine when he plays the 2.2k teams, he would get 1,000 gold in inducements. I mean, it's just silly. he can bring pretty much
Max
anything he
likes
wants.
the team. It is the best team.
Yeah.
It's definitely the best team. I just wonder why he hasn't bought any players on the best team. It's cool.
I think when I played Tap last season, he told me this is the actually longest running Blood Bowl franchise in the UKBBL. Correct me if I'm wrong, Tap, but I think you said it was the longest running. I think it's been going since like season 7 or something.
Oh man, he might not be far off. Paul, the longest running now.
That is correct.
Yeah.
Season 1 actually, he's been going 41 season. Oh, that's...
Yeah, you were living. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, definitely. So no, do you know what? I mean, it's easy to sort of have a go that there's not a lot on the team because there's not many skills, but the core is there. I think I can't see him paying for it, but I'd really like another skink because then you could use, you've got another runner to use for rerolls of the ball. So I guess
the thing is,
there's only one ball.
Yeah. But the thing is, whenever this one skink fails to go for it and dies, he's in trouble because then he'll only have the journeyman skinks. But of course, they start with dodge. Only problem is they can't pick up the ball as easily as the other guy.
I wonder if the others are guys. It's not so far off for levels. Yeah, a couple of kind MVPs. Could be there. So I know, and that's actually an interesting point. Tap's in chat. He's been around for a while. That's probably something that is sort of overlooked when you sort of scroll on this. He really knows how to play this team.
Oh yeah, I mean he's been playing Lizards for 41 seasons. Come on, I mean he knows what he's doing, and this is a tactic. He's just keeping. Of course, he's lost players, and figured, okay, why should I bring my team value up? I could just keep it artificially low and just get shitload of reducements every match. So this, I like it.
Yeah,
I like Lizards.
Yeah, it's cool.
They are my favorite team, actually.
That's good. Good choice. Yeah, I guess some of the weaknesses, it's a little bit. If you lose a Saurus, one of the skilled ones.
Yep.
Oh man, there's not a lot left on the pitch. So that's good. Do you know what? A sneaky get might not be that bad. I mean, I guess it's a poor skill, so probably wouldn't pick it. But you could do with a fouling skink. I suppose you just induce them, but.
I mean,
yeah.
And like Tap mentions in the chat as well. I mean, this is a team that will really suffer from all the claw, because on the Lizardman team, if you lose 2 or 3 Sauruses, I mean Saurai, I think they're called in plural, isn't it? Then you're screwed. Yeah, definitely. So, but then the combined effort of the amount of players that have played Tap in Prem West, Christ, we've got some experience of Tap too between us. We've seen a good few games. There's no spare runner, so that flipping hit a rock, that throw a rock result could knacker a game instantly. It'd be a real shame.
but I suppose I wouldn't change stadium, so it's not really I don't know. That's not really a fair weakness.
Nah.
But yeah, the stars. Stars are definitely Saurus 4, Saurus 5, and Saurus 6.
Yep.
All guard Sauruses.
But of
There's nothing wrong
course,
with that, is there?
the armor bust is of course not good, but I mean, 8 isn't bad. But 9 is better.
Yeah, nine's better. Ten's arguably better. But then,
Just a little bit.
then go back in the comment. This season's all about a claw. If it's all about the claw, actually doesn't matter.
No, then it's
Case
moot.
arm bust.
Yeah.
Even your skink don't care about your claw, mate.
That's a good thing about the skinks. I mean, they can just ignore claw completely. So it's only the block and mighty blow and piling on that hurts them.
Yeah. So I think prediction. Oh man, this is a tough one. I don't know why I've said this. Why have I said this? We'll get points, but the team is not able to win many of the matchups. Well, playing for a draw is only going to be 11 points, and that is not enough to stay up. So I think this could be a relegation fight team.
Yeah, possibly. Depends on him keeping his Sorai on the pitch.
Yeah, you know how to prove us wrong, Tap. Get some MVPs and things cool finally. So he's probably staying up. I imagine only a fool would bet Tap's going down. But I think this is going to be a tough season. So I'm gonna stick with my prediction. But I'm sure every week when Tap plays anyway, I'll probably Tap will win that. Tap will win that. So
yeah,
I think that's probably a bit unfair. So who have we got next?
We have Bane and his High Elf team.
Bane, yeah. So, do you know, I thought his T value had dropped, but it's not. He's 1940 at the moment. Although saying that, I suppose he's got a couple of unfit players. So
I think he lost. Unfit. Didn't he lose Strength 4 player last season? I remember him having 2.
Yeah.
So his team has taken quite a bit of a beating since the start of last season.
Yeah, it's very interesting. So he's in Div 2, which I think was last season. He was 1920 he had 11 players. So he probably, I don't think he actually has lost team value. I don't know, is that right? So it must be 140. He must be. I'm not adding it out right.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's blitzed as well.
I mean, his team is good with 3 guards and the super blitzer with strength 4.
Yeah.
Oh, and him being a good coach, it's got to be really hard to stand up to this.
Yeah, he's got mighty blow as well. I mean, an elf with mighty blow, strength is super lush. Yeah. He's got the guard. He's got an agility leaper as well. That's not to be. That's not to be missed. Yeah,
that's right.
Trixie Man 16. So I think he's got excellent options with hitting. He's got just enough movement and agility to out elf everyone. Maybe apart from Max, maybe not Max, but yeah, he can outplay anyone. He's got a strip ball is nice. I don't know if I really like it at high level as much. It's not such a sort of crucial skill strip ball in the highest level. No, but it's got its place.
Strip ball is good at low level because a lot of people don't have sure hands, but still.
Yeah.
Sometimes if you
can I get you to... Oh, sorry. I was going to say, could I get you to click on the blitzer for us, Trump? Can you click on
the strength one?
Yeah, the strength one, and show us his stats, please.
Oh, he's one of those guys who's done everything, isn't he? Apart from the deceptions.
Look at that! 666 blocks.
Awesome. Devilish good.
Awesome.
Oh, that's amazing.
What a dude.
So it's just interceptions. Non-sustained.
Yeah, man. Oh, he just needs an in. Look at that though. 6-6. That's a crazy amount of blocks succeeded as well. I don't know if I looked at the. Well, yeah, totally.
I mean,
so
that's so much. 550 yards running. That's a lot too. So this is a good player.
Max niggled him. But well done, Max. You didn't remove the joy. So he's a threat. He's a threat.
Oh,
I'd
he's
say,
a threat to
definitely.
any team in this league.
Yeah, yeah. So I think in fact he's a lovely place because he can outplay the hybrid teams, and he's strong enough not to be blown away by anyone. Funny, really, for an elf team, they're freaking as hard as everyone else.
Yeah,
Mm,
just
I
because
think
of
he's got the gold.
yeah.
I'm sorry.
No, but I was just thinking, of it, like you said, he has all the guard. So he can just move around on a 2+ everywhere and just position his guard and outbash other teams. And that's not something you expect from an elf team.
Yeah, yeah. No, definitely. I think he's got the gold to change stadiums. So he could. I remember there was a couple of key games last season that were in the mix. That might be. I don't know. Don't know if that's a thing you definitely want to
So
change. Definitely
what does
not.
he have? He has
He's got the.
no enhancements. He doesn't have any
Oh no.
enchantments. So he might get
Ah.
one.
Yeah, yeah. He could buy one, couldn't he? Yeah.
Oh,
So
is
it's not a
he?
swap.
Oh, he's going to get the wizard one, isn't he?
Well. I think that's a good. I think that's a good shout. Again, I can be impartial and say that. I don't have to play him week one. Oh, but yeah, I think that's probably. It could be an option. I guess
Yeah.
his team was quite high value, but I think now looking at it, I mean, he's got a few red guys, so I don't know. Probably spiraling down rather than up. But I don't
Yeah.
know.
I think he took quite a beating last season, so but it's still a good team.
Yeah, so I think that's probably onto the weaknesses. I guess he's only got one movement guy over movement 7, so the
Yeah.
squad actually lacks speed, which is nuts for an elf team to
Yeah.
think that they're not very fast.
Especially a
But
high
that's
team.
yeah, and I think it's going to be a tough rebuild. But I suppose
Yeah.
elf scores, so I don't know.
But also,
maybe not.
I think the 2 linemen with guards, they're only armor 7, so they could easily die.
Mm.
So I mean, he needs to keep these 2 guys alive. Well, actually, 3 linemen. I thought that was Blitzer too, but so he rolled doubles on all those. That's amazing.
Yeah. But there's a lot of injuries. You get to like
Yeah.
guy 5, and then it's like almost everyone's painted in red. So yeah,
Yeah.
they got the wrong kit. Some of these injuries.
Absolutely. Yeah.
So, but it's a good team. I think the Stars. I guess man 5, the favorite player lead it. It's sorry, guy 9. Sorry, guy 9, the Blitzer. He's brilliant. He's like max points. That is just amazing. And I really like the bottom guy for trick plays. That guy 16. That's so good.
Oh, I mean,
Agility leap.
Age 5, just leap anywhere on 2+.
Yeah, and he's got the points. That's really annoying as well. When he levels,
Oh yeah.
that's really annoying because you won't know when you play him that week. You think, oh shit, what's he got? That's going to be really irritating.
So, what do you think his first skill is going to be? Well, his third skill on 31. Is he going for block
I think
or wrestle?
because what's the guy 11's the strip ball, isn't he? So yeah, guy 11 has got strip ball.
So
he's lost the movement. He's
Yeah.
really expensive.
I'm thinking wrestle.
Yeah. You could actually go straight to strip ball. That's not
Yeah, you could.
terrible.
I'm seeing this guy as a cage buster. He's just jumping in, hitting the ball carrier, 1 dice, hoping for both down. If he chooses wrestle, or I don't know. Strip ball could also be an option, of course.
Yeah, Bane's too good. He could be a receiver. You could almost make him into a sort of receiving player or thrower.
Yeah.
But I think he's too good a player. He's got to be the sacker, isn't it? That we write that sack option.
Yeah, I think so. I would have gone with the wrestle or something like that. Wrestle strip ball.
The Maverick.
Yeah.
Sorry, yeah. So the Maverick pick would be Frenzy. Frenzy would be really fun because he could make some sick surfs, which is really annoying, really good. And
that would have been so amazing.
Depends how opportune you feel. If you're feeling lucky, Frenzy is a brilliant pick. I think I would take Wrestle for him. I think in a heartbeat. He needs. Yeah, he's too good a player without block and dodge.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I couldn't choose anything else. So yeah, he won't. He won't be Kick.
Probably not.
The skill of the night, but he won't have the skill of the
Yeah,
night.
Kick. Could go for Hail Mary pass, maybe.
Yeah, he's cool.
Yeah.
And he's got a really good fluffy number as well. I'm sure special teams in NFL, I'm sure they're all the really flaky guys, aren't they? So guy 16, that is good fate, that is. I like it. A cool freaky number. So yeah, I like him. And guy 5 is my other star. But the
Yeah.
3 stars, just a simple guard and blodging sidestepper. So good. It's just he's brilliant.
Yeah.
A linchpin. So I think I don't know. This, do you know what? It's almost the same as a repeat team. So I reckon the prediction is mid-table. I don't think he's going to go top 4, but he knows. I think he probably knows how to play for it now, and
Yeah.
I think I'll say that as well. I think his team's worse this season than last, but his experience is much better. So I'll happily enjoy seeing him, come second or third, knowing that that's not true. But I think he's probably going to struggle to win it. But I don't know. Yeah, I'm going to go with mid-tier. I'm mid-tier.
Mid-tier, upper mid-tier, maybe.
Yeah, upper mid-tier. And that nicely brings us to Bosky when we're talking about tiers. Do you think Bosky does he get his own tier, Trum? Is he out there, or do you think maybe not? He's not the winner for. He's not head and shoulders above everyone, is he, Bosky? I don't know, maybe.
Yeah,
he's
might be. Well, guess we'll see.
Yeah, so let's load the next team. So
next team.
My team.
Oh, that's Star of the Division, Bosky.
Yeah, Bosky, Zoom and Force.
I actually played my dwarf team and this team. We played in tier 4 at the same time when we were brand new, and he just kept on being promoted for like every consecutive season. So I remember this team where they were just babies.
Yeah, man. Look, he's 1950. He's at a reasonable weight as well, isn't he? He's not over. In fact, he's got all the zombies, so he's got gold as well. So he could fire some zombies if he wanted to play a bit lower, if he wanted to.
Yeah, he could.
And he could blow up with a ghoul. So yeah, I think I'll probably so what are we looking at on the stats? So we got 5 guard. Sorry, 4 guard.
4 guard.
Which is good, but not
5 mighty blow.
5 mighty blow. And he's got the pom and the 2 claws, so he's pretty punchy.
Yeah, he did lose the strength 4 wolf last season, so he's rebuilding a new one. And he's already got mighty blow on him.
He's good, isn't he? Yeah, I like the new wolf. Yeah, that must be very heartening for him actually, because I suppose he would want. It's nice to have 2 wolves that do different things, but he's going to be gutted if his lead one goes. So just get a replacement. Just get a younger model. Why not?
But I also think the 259 wolf. I'm not sure how many matches he has left in him. I think he's probably pretty close to being. Retiring, isn't he?
Yeah, he must be rolling. Yeah.
I'm not sure though, but I just.
Yeah, that's an interesting. I suppose that's true for a couple of teams, isn't it? Occasional retiree player.
Yeah, because once you reach, like 250 plus on SPP, you're bound to start reaching that limit at some point where he might be gone one day.
Yeah. Talking of gone though, I think this is a really good team. I think he's been getting some practice in for BB3 because you got 1 DP, right? You haven't got much bloat there. He's not really got any bloat on his team. You could easily sort of choose a couple of your favourite players, and it's cool. Yeah, I can play with this team. He's been keeping it lean, so it's cool.
Because I think just like the saying, he's just keeping it really lean and just concentrating on the important players, and that's of course the two fleshies and the wolves and the whites.
Yeah.
And you have He only has one goal, I think.
Yeah. He's just got one goal. He doesn't even bother, or I don't know, it died or whatever. Who cares?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They don't have regen,
Maybe
so
don't.
they die usually.
Yeah. Don't bother to name it next time. You don't want it anyway.
Probably.
Don't bother. So yeah, actually a very interesting thing. I'm sure the really good players in BB2 like the cancel throw rock stadium. Now I'm going to argue only the excellent players choose that, and he's picked that stadium, which is another sign. Not that I know he's good and he's got a good reputation and a good team, but that also as well puts him on a like that is true. I don't know if I don't always find it the best stadium, but I know it aggrieves people that are amazing to have a throw a rock wreck their game.
I mean, that's
So,
just you just wreck your game at the start before it's even begun. I mean, it's it's heartbreaking at times, and
yeah,
hilarious at other times.
maybe I like the comedy. I'll let that one in for the comedy. But that's another mark that she they are a very 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 good player. Bosky is not to be trifled with.
Oh yeah,
So
top
I mean,
player.
he's got no flair. He's just got the goal. He's got one goal and no flair, man. He's been the top killer. So all this talk about nasty teams, forget it. Bosky is the boss for a while.
Oh yeah.
Oh man. So
Yeah, this is a really good team. It's just it has just what it needs, nothing more. And like you said, he can just fire 2 or 3 zombies if he needs to lower his team value if you want to be tactical towards many matches.
the team looks mean. He's got a logo that's hard as I don't know. This might be a kid-friendly one. Hard as insert a non-kid word.
Yeah.
Actually, on the stats as well, on the club stats, that's actually quite telling as well. He's got twice as many casualties as touchdowns. So, and bearing in mind he's won games and he's quite good, that might be look at that, 13 losses out of 80 games.
That's
but
good.
for every touchdown he's scored, he's taken more heads.
Yeah. So he's a killer.
Yeah. Yeah, he's a hard man. In a hard man's league, he's a hard man. So,
Absolutely.
I think that probably the fleshy is probably a really good indication of that. Yeah, he's fleshy and Wolf are proper good.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Proper cool. Definitely stars.
And he's already rebuilding with block fleshy and mighty blow block Wolf. So now this team is not to be messed with.
yeah. How you doing for time? Are you okay for about another half hour?
Yeah. I'm good.
Yeah. Okay.
Yep.
Okay. So no rush, not too crazy, but yeah, I think the only weakness in Bosky's team is that all I've got. It is. He's got 2 weaknesses in my eyes. I don't like the kit color, which is not a very pertinent thing. Who cares about that? He's not quite got enough curveball things. So I think he's got so much playoff experience. I think the team, I would say it lacks a little bit of flexibility for a hybrid. If there's anything that could be improved, it's that. But equally, I don't think it's a huge weakness because you don't want lots of bloat. So I wouldn't swap a single player.
Nah, I think this team is pretty perfectly built and one dirty player as well. Yeah. But the problem is, if that DP gets a second skill, is he going to be bloaty? He's going to get fired.
Okay, he can take kick. Take the skill of the night.
Kick. Always take kick. Okay.
He rolled something really crazy on it, wasn't he? But no, I don't know. I think you could. In fact, his team's lean enough. You could take something rubbish like Fend or something rubbish. It'd still be fine.
Fend is annoying.
Yeah, you wrestle. Actually, I probably would take kick on that piece because he's only going to play a couple of drives. So you
could actually do that. Yeah, maybe we gave him the idea.
Painted idea. Taps highlighted man too. Yeah, the stars. It's got to be Balsa.
Oh yeah,
Balsa, player 2. Oh,
definitely.
capped out. I mean, look, he's almost got. Do you know what? I don't think I've ever got anywhere near those SPPs. That's like double my best player.
Oh,
It's
that's
just
just
crazy.
it's insane. But I mean, if he gets like 2 or 3 casualties and maybe a touchdown or 2 every match, you get to those numbers. But still,
Yeah, it's got to jump up as well, isn't it? Yeah, he's evil. That's very good for you, Keller.
that's how I
I
lost
do.
against him last season. I forgot he had jumped up.
Yeah, that's a hell of a lot of extra blocks, isn't it? With frenzy
Yeah,
and jump up, you're getting, you're getting double hits. So,
yeah.
oh man,
Oh,
and you must know his beans because you'd get fouled quite a bit. It's certainly surprising it's not lost more stats really, but as long as he doesn't lose his strength, I think he's good to go, isn't he?
oh yeah. This team is. I mean, get a strength out of one of these guys as well. Oof, yeah.
Yeah. But I think the fleshy man 3 is a star too. I think that's pretty good. 100 points for
Of course,
for fleshy.
the armor bust is, but still, like we said earlier, if you're facing a claw team, it doesn't matter if you're 8 or 9. It's the same.
Yeah. So it's no biggie. Yeah, and I guess guy 6 is a kind of interesting B plan. So he doesn't really register that white player 6. Doesn't strike me as the most sensational white I've ever seen. But
Nah, but
I bet you he does a lot of work. That stand firm guard.
yeah, he's just there to be in the way, I think. But I mean, the whites are, yeah, but move 7 is pretty nice. He's mobile. Give you a roadblock with the stand firm.
Actually, that's not a bad runner, is it? So if you took, so you got your movement 7, equivalent to a ghoul. So you got ghoul stat, you got regen and stern firm and block, which is sort of solid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And armor 8,
curious one.
which is better than 7.
Oh yeah, cool. Yeah, better. Yeah.
So.
Yeah. So I think he's nice. He doesn't strike me as the most flair player ever, but I would say that's actually a really critical component of his team actually.
Absolutely.
So prediction. So I think has he been in the playoffs pretty much every season? I think he's got to be a clear.
Yeah,
isn't he?
Oh yeah. I think it will be this season too, but
yeah, his team's fighting fit. In fact, it's probably better than it was last season. I think. Yeah. His team's fit. He's an amazing player. Knows his team. Yeah. No reason why he shouldn't be looking for playoff spot.
Oh, yeah. I think it will be up there. But of course, it depends on him keeping his 2 wolves alive.
Yeah. Now, talking of surviving, the next team is Gruff. Now, do you know what? I kind of forget. Are you close geographically to Gruff?
Yeah, we are. We both live in Bergen in Norway. Sweet. Although he's from Birmingham though. So.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So we play in the same tabletop league.
Yeah. You play tabletop. Nice.
Oh yeah.
Nice. Good. I like the team. It's one of my favourite teams. You got 2 guard, 4 mighty blow, which is, I don't know, maybe that's the stock, the trademark stock of a team in Prem. That's a good question. Have you got 4 mighty blow? Yeah, you're allowed in. If not,
that's a minimum requirement.
Yeah, it's a minimum. Yeah. He's got 2 strength 5. I mean, one's a beast, so you pay for it. But he's got 2 strength 5 players. He's got the tents.
Yeah, so his team is good, but of course he did lose lots of players last season. At the start of last season, his team it looked spectacular, and then his players just kept on dying. So he's been really unlucky with injuries. But I think maybe this season probably be better.
Yeah, I presume you'll know the lay of the land a bit more too in the div. I don't think you probably have a better understanding.
Yeah, the thing is, I mean, he needs to rebuild the Nurgle Warriors, and the problem with that is, of course, they can only do that through injuring people. And you don't really want to block with this blockless guy at first, but you pretty much have to. can't pick up the ball and run and score.
Yeah, it's not an easy division to accrue points, but I suppose you could get lucky. I suppose if you do a Kaz and you get a lucky MVP, you might only go a game or two. Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, that's the thing.
Pray to Nurgle. The Pesty's brilliant. So he's got agility. He's got a double AG leaper, which is just the same as Bane's piece, really. Same guy.
Yeah,
he's got 3 claw, and he's actually got quite a lot of tackle. He's probably got the most tackle and wrestle in the league, I think. I think he's got 4 equivalent pieces that could take down blodgers. So
so
that's pretty good.
Yeah, his pesties are really good. He's building them in a clever way. I like this. The move 7 guy. He even has 2 heads, so he can dodge. So he can just dodge anywhere in 2+, pretty much.
Likewise, that guy 9 and 10, they're really interesting because they've got sort of. In fact, I almost can't tell which one would, if it's sort of you needed a quick turn. It's like, well, which one picks up? You know, who throws to who? Like it. You could do it either way. Tap's got to go. See you later, Tap. Be good. Take care. Thank you for stuff. Yeah, I like the pesties, and they're kind of actually that wrestle's really good. That's a really good choice, and that sort of 2 heads fit because they kind of do all sorts of crazy stuff, don't they? So
so
I like it.
It is. This is, of course, this is a sacker. This is a ball sacker. He's just jumping in there. I mean, edge 5, so that's 2+ anywhere, pretty much.
Yeah,
and that's how he uses him as well. I mean, he's just jumping into cages, jumping over people. So it's not something you expect from a Nurgle team, which is fun.
No, and it's actually really helpful that they've got 2 very, very competent sort of weirdy runners. Actually, in a weird way, in the meta, that kind of guarantees you against the wizard, doesn't it? So some of the teams that are a bit lower and want to burn you, that's okay because you've got another guy that can use. It's not just a. You know, I mean, I'm sure if I built a team, I'd just have 1 runner for Nurgle. They're not blessed with spare, positional fun. But cool. I thought I'd seen interesting to say about last season. I thought Gruff would have been really one of the top tips, and they didn't start quite so many points.
Yeah,
but I think this could be very different because I think he knows to approach some games differently. I reckon.
Yeah, probably. And of course, he was really unlucky with all the injuries last season, so it would have to take a lot for him to be as unlucky this season, I think. So I think we'll do a lot better. If he can just get those removals to all those claw guys, he will be in a good place, I think.
Yeah. I guess the weakness is, I suppose you almost said it straight away, but he doesn't have that pest killer. I mean, I think that's a real shame to me because that's a waste of gold as well. Because you got to pay, you have to pay for your horns. So in some ways, you got 60k of team value in horns, and you're probably not blitzing with them. So they desperately need that claw pest.
Yeah, that's the thing. When you lose those plays, you build up for like 2 or 3 seasons, and then he's really good, ready for a Prem, and then he dies straight away. It's just heartbreaking.
Yeah. And that's probably the next weakness as well, in that he doesn't have a spare pesty claw. That's his almost weakness 1 is he wants a claw pesty, and the second is you don't have a backup claw pesty. So, but I don't know. Might get lucky. Actually, interestingly, he's not got many touchdowns on his warriors. So that's something you could probably, I don't know, think about. I mean, it's as tough as anything to say that. Yeah. But he's only got 3 touchdowns in total on the Warriors. So I think if you're going to keep the team stay up and grow, because they've got room to grow, I think some games you've got to be looking, if you can, to get them forward. I mean, you almost got to annihilate someone probably to get your Warrior to
just move that
up there.
Just move that wall forward.
Yeah, it is a bit of a tall ask, but I think there might be. I reckon there must be at least 1 drive a season where you're just rinsing someone, and you must make that effort to try and get a warrior forward, get some points.
I think you need to do that. Well, that would be.
Gruff.
Oh, there's Gruff. Look at that timing,
Do you know what, Gruff? We've been talking about your team for about an hour. We better Got to move on to
Now
no,
that
it's
he's
good.
here, we could stop being nice.
Oh yeah, we should. I can't believe some of the things you said.
Yeah, I know. But he didn't hear it, so it didn't happen.
That's it. Two. Nah, really the stars of the team. So guy 3, the Squits. I love him. Love the Squits. Very good. Strength 5, claw. Actually, the tackle's really interesting. I think that's so useful. I don't think there are many freaky players in the Prem at the moment. Well, like freak stat players, but that is always welcome.
Yeah.
That you've got tackle on something that can take out anyone. That's super
Tackle
good.
and wrestle, so he's just bring down anything.
Mm,
Yeah.
yeah, it's good. It's an
What?
elf death.
Oh yeah. And elves can't even throw the ball against the Nurgle team, so.
He's a legend, that Cowpie, though, isn't he? He's really good. He's got leaps.
Oh yeah.
You know, catching plays. So he's cool. Yeah, that's a really nice option for Nurgle too. That is good that you can just jump a cage and do something, or rinse elf and stuff. So
Definitely.
yeah, that's a cool guy. And yeah, we got Warriors 3 and 4 are probably the other standout players. Just midfield.
Yeah.
Midfield
think so
generals
too.
stand firm. That's really nice too.
They need to
They
need to just do the job and remove the others and just be in the way.
Yeah. I mean, I'd rather a strength. Obviously, strength is just the best, but it'd be lovely to have 2 stand firm in guard warriors. So it's brilliant. Yeah, block guard, stand firm. They're cool. They're really good.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Dyson. Well, I don't know your team. I think your team has interestingly got just enough to dice people back. You can dice them, and if someone dices you, you've got tools to get back in the game, which is really helpful. That's really good.
Yeah.
So
predictions. What do you think?
Predictions. I think this team is going to do much better. So there'll definitely no talk of relegation for this team. I don't know if they're going to challenge. So I suppose it's got to be a mid-season finish, I reckon. But probably, I don't know. I don't know how many points that is. 4 wins, 4 draws, 4 losses. So that what he gets 12. Is it 12 games, something like that, or 11?
Yeah.
I can't remember now. It must be 11 games.
11.
So I'm
12 teams, 11 matches.
Yeah, I'm going to go 4, 4, and 3. So I reckon that'll be right up there. What's that? 4. I should work out
15.
15. Yeah, 15.
No, 16.
Yeah.
16.
Yeah, 15,
12 and
16.
4. Yeah.
Yeah. So if you have get a cheeky win somewhere, against one of the really, really amazing teams, you could easily be up there too. So yeah, I reckon. I think that's probably my prediction. Was that like, I don't know, 5th maybe, something like that, 6th? Yeah. But yeah, they'll have a good run out.
I think he'll do better this season than last.
He's missing players, Gruff. But yeah, I wouldn't worry too much about missing players. I think the league is rough enough that in some ways you probably ought to be thinking that each game you could be missing a key player. I don't think that's terrible. Yeah, it's exactly. Last 3. It's the last 4 games at all chaos. Well, okay, be interested in catching you on the re-roll day then. It's a bit of a dicey run out, but
yeah,
that's cool. Oh, do you know what? The next team is yourself, Trump.
Oh, it is. Look at that. This is a beauty. MK Dwarfs.
MK Dwarfs, 1980. So the average TV is 1840. So I don't know, maybe a teeny bit over the average, but
yeah,
nothing wrong with that. So 7 guard, the most in the league. That definitely gets the seal of approval. 5 mighty blow, better than the minimum to be in Prem West. 3 dodge, 3 stand firm. It's brilliant, and 3 move. I think it's a really, really nice team. I think
it's looking good. I don't like my troll slayers. They don't have enough skills. They keep on dying. But hopefully that could change.
Yeah, that's good. There's no bloat. There's no bloat on your team, and your runners I mean, you don't really think about them transferring because you can't, do that. But they could play in a Dark Elf team. They would be runners in the
Yeah,
team. You
they
give them
would.
the book, like Hatton, yeah, I'll do him.
Yeah, those two runners. I mean, they are the core of the team. If they die, the team dies with them. That's like, I can't go back to normal move 6 runner if I lose those two guys.
I guess. But you got your wall, your guard. You got
Yeah.
3 positional skills. I mean, in fact, I think your Troll Slayers could. I mean, I guess it'd be a while away, but your Troll Slayers could both get stand firm. So if you're rocking 5 positional skills, yeah, Max is saying the runners are a real nightmare. Yeah, they're clearly.
Yeah,
they are.
Yeah, they are. When they work in a pair, they can pester any team.
That's good. I like the tackle as well. It's nice the way the skills fell. Is that in the order? Is that how you got it? Yeah.
That's the order. So tackle was the last skill.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I'm happy with the. Actually, that tackle skill has saved me quite a few times because you can use him as a blitzer. Usually, you don't do that with a runner, but here I do that and it works.
Yeah. No, it's good. Do you know what? There's an interesting point. I don't know. You don't have to comment on. Yeah, feel free not to. La. So I think your guard's really tough to break down, definitely. But actually, the league is a little bit tackle light. So both your blitzers with Blodge are not going down, which is I think that's a real sort of surprise asset. So the weakness has got to be your Troll Slayers desperately to score.
Yeah, definitely.
I'd be very tempted to say you want another pile on, really, because I don't.
Yeah, I don't have enough removing power. I have a lot of mighty blow, but I don't really have. I only have one guy with piling on, so I need more killing power, pretty much.
Yeah. You can. People think dwarfs are boring, so I don't like dwarf or any bashy. Well, I don't know, but they are. But in this context, your team is probably not one of the most killer teams. So
yeah,
I don't know, in a funny way, for one of the most
and
strong.
Yeah, and the 2 runners just give the team an edge that other dwarf teams don't have. So yeah.
That's cool. Well, maybe a tip. Maybe the transfer market, your Troll Slayers are low enough.
I tried.
Maybe save the gold. Yeah.
I tried. There's no one willing to give up.
Trade a long beard. Trade your beard. You've traded your hair, I can see. So you might as well offer your beard.
Yeah, maybe I should.
No, I don't know, but yeah, the Slayers equally though. The Slayers are so low in points. They could though with a couple of touchdowns. You could transform them, couldn't you, in a couple of games? So
yeah, hopefully, if I'm lucky with the cast on the other guy and maybe get an MVP, yeah, things could look different.
Yeah.
No, I think the team it looks good, but of course all that claw, don't like it.
Yeah, I think nobody likes the claw though.
Yeah.
I imagine. I mean, in some ways, in fact, do you know when I rejoined the league, I really like modern Blood Bowl, and I was really struggling. I was talking to Tim, and he was really enjoying. Tim was really enjoying the league. I was like, oh yeah, it'd be cool I'd love to come and play in the UK league. I was like, man, it's the old rules with claw. I can't do that. What am I going to do? But it's interesting, right? So I took a bloody claw team because I thought, well, I can't imagine playing without it. Really, I'll do it. But the hardest games I find are claw versus claw games. So I think it turns out like just nobody likes playing claw teams. So
everybody hates them. It's just that with the dwarves, that you pretty much have one way of working, one way of playing. So when the wall starts falling apart, when the wall of guard starts falling apart, it's not really a plan B.
No. Maybe that's Well, your plan B, maybe that's a good point to talk about your start. So clearly, I think Guy 1 and Guy 2. Guy 1 is a safety and defensive scorer. He's amazing. And Guy 2 is even better.
Kickoff.
That's amazing.
I just realised kickoff return was the best choice I ever made on that guy.
Yeah, you like it, yeah?
Oh yeah, he pretty much starts every turn with move 11 when we're receiving. So nah, you can have
Yeah,
kick all
it's
you
cool.
like. He still gets the ball.
Yeah, no, I do like kicker. I think I prefer it on the low movement players though, because it's more of a boost. That then you're kind of, instead of just being bloody nowhere,
Yeah,
you're kind of, at least you're sort of picking up with an
yeah,
awesome
of course.
move. But yeah, good. Max says good skill, good coach. Yeah, indeed, a top prediction. I think the other star before the prediction, I think my star would be, the third star is man 8, your Longbeard 8. But purely because he adds that killer dimension, and
Yeah.
and you do need that. So, well, I don't need it, but it's beneficial. So I think he's my non-runner go-to player.
Yeah, fun fact is, he's actually the only surviving member of my team that's been here been there from the start.
Is it?
Yeah, all the other guys are brought in new at some point.
And Gruff's interestingly seen you've changed. Maybe you should take admin names for Trolls Lad. I don't know, man. There's probably, I think that could be jinxing it. Yeah, I don't know about that.
Actually,
Take a commissioner's name, see what happens.
I had 2 Trosslayers. I'll call one Gruff, and he died on a dodge, and I got another one calling Gruff 2, and he died on trying to blitz someone. So I stopped naming them Gruff. They're cursed.
Yeah, I can
Doesn't work.
see that. Oh, I think prediction. So Max, I think Max is saying you should be looking for playoffs. Gruff is not a curse name. It's a reasonable choice. I don't know. I guess it's a mid-season tier finish. I guess. I don't know. Can you challenge? Yeah. You know what you're doing with Dwarf. I'd say I'd probably, 4 wins, 4 draws, and 3 losses, something like that. I reckon. I think their games. There must be a claw game, which in the write-up would just be, oh, jeez, I just got clawed. It's bound to happen, isn't it?
Oh, it's going to happen more than once.
Yeah, but equally though, but you might find you're the only fucking bastard in the league that's got a thick skull.
Yeah.
So everybody
I'm a 9
goes
and thick
down.
skull. Yeah.
But staying on the pitch is what you want to do.
Yeah.
As long as you don't leave the pitch.
That's the major thing. Yeah, I'm hoping for mid-table finish. Maybe a little bit better than last season, Werewolves in the bottom half.
See, Gruff knows you better than that, though.
Well,
he knows better and knows you've underplayed it. So,
well, I guess
room
we'll see.
Yeah, room to do. Nah, it's good. It's good. Nah, I think you'll have a good run out.
Yeah, hopefully.
And the next, so we got next, Rock.
Elphick.
Is it Rock Eagle?
And Rocky
yeah,
Doll.
Elphick. Do you know what? I think I've played them in Div 3. I'm sure I have. And I can't remember. I'm tempted to say he trounced me. I can't remember if that's true. But he's got a pretty good record. His teams. He's 18-10, which actually is about spot on the meta. So that's kind of interesting. His average sort of rating. He's got a record of 33 wins, only 16 losses. So yeah, that's a pretty decent record, isn't it? 2 guard. So it's good, but maybe could get a bit more. 4 mighty blow, the Prem West number. He's got pile on. Well, he's got a claw pom guy and 4 claw. So I suspect with 4 claw and 1 tackle, there's basically nobody that wants to play this team.
I think so.
No.
If you look at his claw pombo, you see he has been stomped several times. He's been edge busted twice and armor busted once. He's a stomping target.
Elphick has eaten some mud, hasn't he? You get you need a new diet, Elphick. I think some of the things when you're going down, mate, are not just not working for you. But yeah, it's it's a rough team. I mean, it's got nothing. It's good. It's a lovely fighting team, and it
Oh yeah.
wins a lot.
I
And,
mean,
oh, and he's got the runner. He's got
yeah, and
yeah.
he even has Claw and Juggernaut on the Minotaur, so he can just blitz with him safely.
Yeah, I mean it's always nice as well. You can choose to use the Minotaur all the time, or not. But I mean you can't. That's a nightmare, isn't it? Because you wouldn't want to mark him. You can't mark him out of the game because he'll just flicking frenzy you off and claw you. So
Yeah, you just
good.
hope he just rolls wild animal and stays away.
Yeah. Although Max is right. Max is that probably is. That's kind of the yin and yang of stuff, isn't it? The Skaven don't really need to worry about the claw, but maybe. Yeah, you and the elf team are not too bothered by claw, but it's still pile on and stuff that goes with it.
I think this is
you
a
don't
really.
just get claw.
I think it's a good team. He has the tools he needs. Of course, he needs something more on the Case Warriors, at least number 1, number 4. But I think apart from that, this is going to be a good team.
Yeah, man, it's a lush Minotaur. Yeah, always welcome to hit with a Mino. That's good. The jugs and stuff. It's nice and lean as well. I think he's got everything he needs. He's got a killer. He's got a good runner. He's got runner option, and he's even managed to get a Mino in a lean TV, which is good because they're expensive.
It's just
it's good. It's a vicious team.
Yeah, no, I like this. I won't like playing against it, but I like looking at it.
Yeah. Bunga bribing and as well the minimal tackle's not really wasted. So I think it's a really good team for Prem West. It's a good team.
Fits in with the rest of it.
Yeah. I guess the weakness is, like we said, we probably instantly said it. I think the guard's a teeny bit too light for 2.
Yeah.
But
you will be outguarded against the necro teams and the dwarves and stuff like that, but still the claw will be key to him winning.
Yeah. In fact, if anything, the team. I mean, if you bung in a bribe, this team is not a team I want to face. If they had a bribe, like, oh Jesus, leave me alone. So
yeah,
I think it's a. I think I'm going to say the prediction is, this is my only one I was a bit in between on. So I think I'm going to say it's position 4 to 8. So it's a mid-table team, but I could see it going top 4. I could see it challenging because it's going to eat some teams.
Yeah.
And if the other team, if he's missing a player or something, if he drops some points, if Elphick gets inducements, he could just savage people. So he's got probably quite a bit of. Has he got XP to get? I don't know. That's a bit. It's a bit mixed bag, isn't it? Some guys can level.
Case Warrior score 1 touchdown with him, with number 4, and also number 1. They are pretty close to leveling up.
Yeah, it's really good.
This is a good team.
It is, isn't it? It is. So it's probably one of the. It's an interesting team that I reckon. I don't know. It might. Maybe not. There is a lot of fighting teams, but I think they'll have a good. Season.
Yep.
And I don't know, chaos. So I think it's just chaos here and out. So anyone that doesn't like chaos probably should have logged off.
Yeah.
Elphick's good coach. Yeah. I'm sure played it. Yeah.
And we have HUD.
I'm sure I've played HUD as well, and he's good. Gross-faced Elphick, and not had an easy time with it. HUD's really good. I thank the Lord he's chose a slightly weaker build for his team. I think for something, so he's got 3 guard, which is cool. He's got 3 claw. He's got a pile on. So it's got the claw bomb guy. He's got 3 stand firm.
Oh yeah, he's just going with the Beastman. No Case Warriors here.
Oh, no beast. He's got tents as well. I like that. I like the tents. That must be on the warrior, I guess. Sorry, the Mino. Mino's got tents, which is a very useful.
Yeah.
Max is quite keen that he's not bothered by claw, but I think you won't like the tents. Movement 10 is cool. Movement 15 is all very well and good, but when you're next to him, maybe not. I think it's cool. It made me laugh though. His strength player is really. He's got a strength up player. And he'd be cost. He'd go 100k, wouldn't he? So is that right? 50? No, it'd be 110, wouldn't he? Base rates is 50. Yeah, 50 for strength, 60 for beat. As I say, he's almost the same price as a warrior. So he's rolled a warrior.
He pretty much has.
Yeah. Nuffle likes the idea of all gates, but it's just silly. You should have some warriors. So Nuffle is Nuffle is intervened.
But still, he's a good coach, and like Gruff is mentioning, he's taken all go team to the top of BBT and UKBBL and OCC, so he knows what he's doing.
Yeah,
it's pretty impressive,
he does.
actually.
This team makes me horny. Look at all those goats, man. It's good.
Yeah,
he's got a good win ratio. Oh, I think he's got it's about 75% wins draws, compared to losses, which I think is pretty telling for almost. I don't know if it's a comedy team, but it's.
I think 29.
I think without the Warriors, you can't. It's really good, isn't it?
It is really good, but
for a team.
Yeah, but of course, like you mentioned, without the Warriors, I think like a K's team is lacking something. It's more like a hybrid chaos something, but it looks good. I think it works.
Yeah, I think so. So he's got 3 killers, so that's enough to eat any team.
Oh, yeah.
He's got stand firm, a nice runner. But I think the thing that's not quite there. I thought he would have had more variety with such a weird, well, not weird, but so many beasts, all the beastmen. I would sort of expected something a little bit more, sort of, I don't know, esoteric, so like a bit more off the wall. Because you got the beastmen to do it. You could have like a stupid. I don't know, one of the builds I really liked. I've never ever seen anyone do it, but this is the team. This is where he plays. So if you all go block first, and you go to Juggernaut. That's actually the best strip baller. So you go Jugs, strip ball, which is really freaking freaky.
Yeah.
Put frenzy on it, and then you've got a surfing piece, which is quite dangerous, and you've got a really good kind of ball popper. But you wouldn't expect anyone would ever have the anti skill for that. And this is the right sort of team to have a weird, freaky beastman, but
it is. But I like it. I really like this. It's different, but still looks dangerous enough. And he even has, he has tentacles on the Mino.
Yeah, maybe that is the flex. Yeah, that's a really nice. Because it's got block as well, so it's a good fighting piece. But yeah, that tense gives him some. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, it's wonderful.
Yeah,
I like it.
It's good. It's good. I think one of the weaknesses, but I guess it's a fluffy thing, but it is annoying. He's got 11 players with horns. 11, but only one can use it each turn. So I think that's a real, shame you're paying so much gold really for it. But,
for the horns,
I don't know.
But still,
because you can swap.
Yeah, but it's just like he's doing his thing and works for him, so why not?
Yeah. Why not? I suppose on the flip side.
Yeah, I think I would rather play this team than a similar team with 4 Chaos Warriors as well, because at least here most of the guys are only strength 3, so they are easier to handle. Not saying they are easy, but easier.
Yeah. I mean, it's TV light, isn't it? So it's efficient. So any other thing he's not got? I don't know. I was going to say if he's quite got enough guard. Maybe a bit more guard if you're not going to bother with the Warriors.
Yeah, 3 guards.
He's missing a DP.
Yeah.
Has he got 3?
3 guard.
It's 3.
3 guard and 1 strength 4. So Yeah.
I mean, maybe he can hire it, but I think it's a shame he ain't got a dirty player because you're getting inducements. So I think that's like a tool you probably should cover. But I don't know.
Yeah.
Maybe it just died. I guess it's no biggie.
And
He wouldn't
he
save
doesn't
it.
have
So.
any kick. That's an outrage. We need kick. I think this team is interesting. Yeah, for sure. So, what's your prediction? What do you think?
Now this is probably my most contentious one, Trump. I don't know. We don't want to keep it fluffy all the time, do we? I think this is a relegation team. I'm gonna say this is in the relegation mix, but I know HUD is good enough to be winning the title. So
Yeah.
I don't know.
I think it kind of depends on maybe all the claw working or not.
Yeah, it's a bold statement, but I think he's going down. I think the beasts. I think he will be taking his Rams. Rams are going down, but I don't think I'd want to bet much money on that because I know that's a really, really good player. So,
Yeah.
but yeah, I think they're a relegation team. And I don't know, maybe for everyone else, maybe anyone watching who thinks that's madness, HUD is never getting relegated.
No, but I mean, it's up to HUD to prove us wrong. So.
Yeah.
Okay, well then, we have one last Chaos team. Engelbert's Wasteland Wombats.
Thank you very much, anyone that's still with us, anyone even awake. Yeah, Wasteland Wombats.
Well, I think there's someone still there. Oh, look at this.
I know. I'll tell you something really interesting as you sort of look at the team. So have a look at his statistics. So this is someone that's gone up. Yeah, Max is here. Do you know what? I'm tempted to say his team statistics could be one of the best to ever reach the Prem. So that's kind of interesting. So he's won a lot of games, 23 wins, and only lost 3 on his route to the Prem. Now that is an excellent record. I think teams have done better, but that is definitely
amazing.
up there.
23-73.
Really good. Yeah, and actually, it's either interesting the other way or not. His touchdowns and casualties are quite close, which is quite surprising for a chaos team. So that also is. I don't know what to make of that. The touchdowns and cas, maybe both are high. I don't know, but that doesn't strike me as very usual.
Well, if he's played like 30 matches, so 51, so like 1.5 per match, and almost 3 casualties per match. So I think that's pretty standard, really.
Oh yeah. It's interesting, but it's a pretty good team. It's a pretty good team. He's got 3 rostered guard, which is that's certainly that's not a low amount. So that's enough. He's got a claw pom. He's got the best. He's got a claw pom jump up. That's a mark above and all. I've got 2 claw, I guess including the pom. 2 claw, 2 tackle, 2 strength, and a lovely agility sacker.
Yeah.
And he's got tents. His favourite thing. I don't know if it's instantly my favourite player, but the tents on strength 5 is really good.
I mean, you can't hit him. You can't get away. You can't do anything except just stand there and take it. Yeah. And one thing I really like here is the
move forward, can't it?
Oh yeah, he does. I was just I like one about with the killer here. He's edge busted, and that causes him to lose. He would have been 170 or 180, wouldn't he? If it hadn't been for the edge busts. So he's actually saving.
Does it take gold away?
Doesn't it?
Does it? I don't think so.
Doesn't it?
No, the Beastman 8. No, he's let's see, he's 60k base and he's got 20 for block, so he should cost 80. Yeah,
2,
and then
6,
Warrior
8.
guy 9 is
Yeah, okay.
like,
Yeah.
no, it's like,
I thought
yeah.
I thought you lost a little bit of team value when you got busted. Okay. Well, guess I was wrong.
Yeah. The agility it must be really annoying for him because he's obviously a good player. So it's AG2 jump ups rubbish if you have to roll dice, but it would still be useful enough to get it back in the game. So I wouldn't regret it. In fact, I'd probably take it if I rolled a double. I would choose jump up at that point for Claw Bomb. It's it's really good.
It does cause him to be a lot more of a threat than someone without jump up, for sure.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, so you know Engelbert Gruff. Oh, good. Yeah. He played him. Is that Monday? Oh, yeah, a couple days ago. So yeah, double header.
Yeah.
It's a really rounded team, man. This is a rounded chaos team. I mean, we could talk about chaos, but it's good. It's got a Bud Ball Sacker. It's literally got the best grade killer that I don't think you can ask for any more.
This is really
And
good.
and he's got, I don't know if that's sort of afterwards or not, but he's got 5 touchdown stats on his strength 5 tenths player, which is really nice to see. So I mean, maybe that's how he got his levels.
Yeah,
but he ain't afraid of using it.
Yeah, that's the good thing about the Chaos Warriors, because you can actually do stuff with them. You can dodge, you can throw balls, you can do stuff.
Yeah. How many wrestles he's got? Because I think the wrestles, maybe, has he got 2? Yeah, he does, doesn't he?
Two wrestle, yeah.
And a tackle. Yeah, that's really good too against the hybrids. So I think that's really cool. And interestingly, so he's 1900-ish TV. Yeah, 1900. He's got a good amount of room to grow as well, and his team's not particularly high in the meta. So I don't know. I can see him having a good season, and I mean, next season, is pretty good.
Yeah, and he has. If he has these 3 guys, these 4 guys are actually pretty close to getting leveled. And then you have this guy, and here, so you have so many guys just waiting for that MVP and that casualty to get blocked, to get something. So I think this team is going to do really well.
Yeah. Gruff, what do you think? What do you think, Trump, for the killer, the jump up killer? What would you take your next skill? I mean, Gruff's thinking probably tackle. Has he not got block?
There's no block. He went straight for Mighty Blow Claw.
Maybe blimey, jump up is a bold move then, wasn't it? Over block.
Yeah, probably because you rolled doubles. You couldn't pass it up.
Wow. I didn't spot that.
Yeah.
Wow.
No, he has to go with block, doesn't he?
I don't know. It doesn't. He's clearly accrued lots of SPPs without it.
Yeah, but the thing, if he can protect him well, of course, because he only has 1 killer, and that's that guy, so he probably shields him really well.
Could he go frenzy? Jump up?
Gruff,
couldn't he?
Gruff says go tackle, embrace the 1-in-9s.
Well, I think so. Juggernaut doesn't really. Yeah, Juggernaut in itself wouldn't add anything. I don't know. I suppose I'd have to take block. But it doesn't matter defensively. I mean, it really doesn't matter. Everyone's going to hit it. Anything would hit you. Even a snotling would want to hit you if it had the chance.
Yeah, that's the thing.
I don't know. I guess fend. Yeah, no. I suppose you don't want fend because if anything hits you, you clearly want to just stomp on its head.
Yeah, you do.
I don't know. I think Gruff. My ending joke of the night is, I would take kick.
Yes, kick. Go for it. Always take kick.
Always take kick. The skill is lacking. Yeah, I do block on the Beastman. But
yeah, definitely.
But I would hesitate and probably click kick and know that I'd done the right thing. Yeah, so I don't know. We've got little weaknesses. So I think the Warriors are not peak efficiency for the Prem. No, actually, that's probably a bloody obvious thing in some ways. In that his stats, he's won nearly every game. So
yeah,
that's a reasonable. Yeah, they're not exactly off pace. not by any means at all. But maybe a little bit more time before he hit the Prem would have helped them. But
Yeah,
they're
a little
not.
more, a little
They're
bit
not
more
as
moving
scary.
power here, maybe.
Yeah, yeah, and I think probably something he's missing, but you can't fix that. It's maybe a dedicated runner in movement 7 would give you those. That would give you 2-turn scores if you need it.
Yeah.
So I'd probably be keen on a movement player, but I mean, I guess I'd probably make the agility a Saka myself anyway. So I guess I wouldn't have done anything different.
Nah, I think it's a
That's
good team. Yeah.
It's a good team, isn't it?
Solid. It's just you facing that and it's like, oh fuck, I don't want to do this. It's just it's a big wall. Those 2 strength 5s, they're going to be a nightmare to play against. Which is good for him, of course.
Yeah. I like the tackle. I just know the tense guy. Guy 3 is he's definitely my man. He's my boy. He's definitely my boy. Love it. That's
just moving
so
next
cool.
to you, say, hello. You can't get away.
Even a Black Hawk. Yeah.
Yeah. Anything. And once he gets claw as well, I mean, and he's
yeah,
just...
I'd probably go.
Yeah, would you go for claw?
I'd go stand firm. No, it's a different avenue, but I really like.
Yeah, maybe stand firm because of the tense. Yeah.
Yeah, because the tense.
You can't push him away.
And I would take it, even though it's not a very good combo on the guard guy. Well, I would go guess tense first. I'd with 2 strength 5, I would definitely go double tense because it's really good to shut the strength agility teams down. With Nurgle, I think outstanding for that. Definitely like tense. Yeah, I would. I'd go tense and stand firm is probably a better choice. Although saying that, would guard be? No, actually, I'd probably take guard because the rest of the team he could do with it, but I don't know.
Yeah,
Guard,
also you
I'd
do.
up on that.
Yeah. Also, the thing is, you could put guard on any of the beastmen as well because they could take that as a normal. But that's a hard one.
I wouldn't overlook it. Yeah, I'd go stand firm. No, I think you're right. I'd do stand firm on the warriors, and the other beasts pick up the guard.
Yeah, stand firm on strength 5, block and tense. Oh my god, yeah. That's gonna be brutal.
Well, he's a star man.
Yeah.
Guy 5 is star. The blitzer 5, but I didn't spot he hasn't got block. The most common, brilliant skill in the game is not needed on this player. So
if he protects him well, you don't need it. If he
I think that's a nice piece. And I like Man 7, the Beast 7.
Yeah.
That's a really interesting sacking, running oddity player. So
was that 2 heads and big hand, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah, big hand. It's really hard to the icons, isn't it, for some of the janky.
I think that's big hand. Yeah. Big hand, 2 heads.
Yeah, in fact, you know what? I think I said a HUDs. That's exactly the sort of player that sort of, I don't know, janky, is that even a word? But that sort of oddball. He's kind of got some almost incongruous skills, and he's got mutations that give different abilities. I think that's in HUD's team. That's the sort of thing I would expect. Something a bit more all over the place, sort of.
Yeah.
Piece. But he's really good. It's a lovely team, isn't it?
It's a great team. This is always going to be painful to play this. It's just really, really good, and all the wrestle and tackle. Of course, there are some move busts here, but it's not that important. Not on these guys.
Yeah, I think so. I think of all the teams, so my prediction is going to be challenging. I think it's a top 4 team, and I think the reason I'd say that as well, this team in the meta, I think does far better against the Elf and Skaven, so it will get points that other teams won't off some of the agility teams. It can fight. It will be games it fights. There'll be games where it gets really eaten live because there's nasty teams. But I think the difference will be the extra points off the agilities. So I think Engelbert's up there, and his statistics probably look like that's maybe doing him an injustice to his skill.
Look at this.
good.
He's done so well so far. So if he can keep that up, he's going to be up there for sure.
Yeah, 7 draws.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that is a nice team. So hopefully there are a lot of chaosy teams. There's a lot of things that sound a bit, sort of similar. But actually, do you know what? I think each team is interesting. There is luckily there's enough variety. So
they are a bit different, all of them, and that's good. I think this is going to be a really good season. It's going to be interesting because there are no clear cut winners. I mean, we know some of the teams who are going to be way up there, but it's not a given.
No, and if anything, loads of the teams that have come up could be challenging, couldn't they? They're good enough, good players as well. So
absolutely.
Yeah, I think last season was really tight. It was I don't know if this season would be as tight. I don't know. Maybe, but yeah, Gruff says anything can happen. Yeah, could be.
Yeah, definitely.
There's not many. There's not many standout teams that are definitely fighting relegation and definitely gonna win it. So
the Nobles, he's going down. No questions asked. It's like, anything could happen here. So I think it will be like last season, where everything was determined in the last match. And that's what we want, because that's when you get the excitement. That's when you get the despair and all the fun.
Yeah, man. Yeah, and hopefully, if anything, for the people that are still, interested and looking, I hopefully it is indeed. It's been that is testament. It's been a fun division for a good while. So I think it should be cracking.
Yeah, it's going to be great.
Yeah. My favorite week in the season is before it starts, and then the next favorite week is at the end, going, wow,
what happened?
Yeah,
I agree. It's going to be a great season. So, but shall we call it a night? Are we happy with our assessment of the Prem West so far?
Very happy. I'm pleased to be chatting to you. It's my pleasure.
Likewise. It was great fun. We should do that again sometimes. This will be available on my Twitch account for a few weeks, but I'll also put it on my YouTube, so it will be there for longer.
Sweet. Yeah. So we'll see you guys on Monday.
Prem West Day.
It is indeed Prem West Day.
Yeah.
I do hope new players that have decided to join us to have Mondays free. It does seem to be. Yeah, definitely looking forward to it.
Yeah, it's going to be great fun. Okay, so we'll be logging off then. And thanks for watching, guys. We appreciate it. I think Graf and Max are still here, so take care, guys. And we'll see you on the pitch.
Lovely. Cheers all. Right.